Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Sync Producer Live. Excited to be back. Let me see where you guys are from. Let me know what you do. And then we're going to dig into some community wins, man. Answering some questions on sync licensing. Helping producers every day learn how to get their music placed in TV and film by teaching them how to produce, prepare, and pitch placement-ready music for TV. I see my guy Miguel in the building. Well, daylight savings can't get me now. Let's go. We are unstoppable thanks to the lack of daylight savings, or the opposite, because I think we're saving daylight now, right? Produced by Janie HB in the building. What's good, Janie? Good to see you in the building. Excited to be back. The week has been crazy. I've been just swamped, basically. A good swamp, though. It's been fun. A lot of production. Very, very production heavy week. Revisions. I think I submitted my last round of revisions for a project. In the process of other revisions for another project. Right now, I'm just waiting for the green light of the last round of revisions I sent. And then from there, stems and all the, agreement stuff that comes along with getting music signed. We got Davey Dave in the building. What's up, Davey Dave? Good to see you. James Super Stokes from 52Q's community. Let's go. Shout out to the 52Q's community. Was chopping it up, hanging out with them earlier this week. Listened to some dope music. It was super dope, man. Shout out to my guy Dave in the 52Q's community. Some dope music coming out of there. Some dope producers and people. Had a good time for sure. Yeah, man. It's Friday. Shades of Sync has officially taken off in terms of early bird ticket sales. Actually, I think we only have like 13 more left before we shut down tickets at this current early bird price. And we won't open it back up again until like a month from now. So if you haven't gotten your Shades of Sync ticket yet, go to shadesofsync.com, grab that ticket, because I'm pretty sure we're about to close that down by like midnight tonight. So grab that ticket. It's going to be at the lowest price you will be able to get it for this year. So take advantage of that. It's over 60% off right now. Absolutely insane, especially compared to the value you get. Like, listen, if all you did at the conference was connect with one music supervisor who could get you one placement, it will pay like way more than the ticket price for the whole thing. Like, it's crazy. And it honestly, it's like an infinite return on investment, because once you build that relationship with the music supervisor, you have a relationship with a music supervisor or a publisher, because we invite publishers too. And then, yeah, you just keep getting placements from that relationship. So it's crazy. Davey Dave says, I got mine. Let's go. Is it only in person? So yes. So there's two parts to it, right? We have a virtual part, which is October 30th, 2026. That part is the virtual listening session that we do with sync reps, supervisors, publishers, things like that. That's 100% virtual, but then the actual conference that's on October 31st on a Saturday, that is in person only. So that's where, honestly, a lot of networking kind of happens both, because it's when you do both, like when you do the listening session, the cool thing about that is, some of those reps and supervisors are also in the building the following day, and then they remember the music and the people that they chopped it up and hung out with the night before, and like ice is immediately broken. So now you have something like, oh yeah, you listened to my music, you said you like this and that. Boom, you start the conversation. Next thing you know, let's exchange info. Next thing you know, a few months later, you're posting inside Sync Producer Hub that you just got a placement on such and such and such and such. And then it just goes full circle. It's super dope. Keith Boney in the building. Just got mine earlier today. Not gonna lie, I thought I was gonna have to drop a G. Oh no, man. We tried to make it affordable and accessible, man. So yeah, for sure. That's why we're opening up early, man. We want to give everybody a chance to get in, give you plenty of opportunity to get it at a reasonable rate. So yeah, you got in at a great time, man. What's up, KIP Music Station? Good to see you. Michael Connor Music is back. It is another Friday. Oh, we got Ken Stavis. That's Ken in the building. What's up, Ken? Good to see you, bro. So yeah, excited to see all the Sync Producer Hub members. We're doing something special for you all. If you are in town the night before, we ain't gonna tell everybody right here, but if you know, if you're in the community, you're gonna be tapped in. It's gonna be super dope. So yeah, I'll miss names and get myself in trouble. Oh, I miss names every week, man. Come on, you gotta join the party of missing names. So super dope. Allison is in the building from Power Up. What is Allison cooking tonight? That's the real question. Mind you, I drop a G to meet the Keith Boney. He's been like the Sync Producer Hub king of action tension music right now. We got LV Drizzle in the building. Clint Sinkwood, what's good, bro? So yeah, let's hop into some of these wins, man. If you guys are new to the stream, welcome. We're glad to have you. We're going to have a good time. We're going to answer some questions. We're going to share some wins from the community, syncproducerhub.com. Then later, we're going to do live music reviews, which we did an interesting challenge this week where we're basically seeing who took one plugin and produced a whole track with just one plugin. Shout out to Ken for that idea. So this should be very, very interesting. I'm excited to hear the music. If you are in the community, you've had an opportunity to submit, and you get an opportunity every week to submit music to be reviewed. If you're not in the community, click the link in the description. It's also pinned in the chat. Join Sync Producer Hub so you can submit music, get the plays, and get these placements, man. We got Rich Rosen in the building. What's good, Rich? Ray is back in the building. Let's go. Let's check out these wins. So we got one at the top. Well, let me hit refresh because this window's probably been open for a minute. Let's make sure we're not missing anybody. All right, we're good. Zim Zada with the win. 10 West Music Group win. Happy Friday, Sync Producer Hub, and happy May 1st. So last weekend, I spent time pitching to libraries. Pitch it and forget it, right? That's the motto. That's what we live by, right? So then on the past Tuesday, I get a response from 10 West Music Group that liked what they heard. I sent over light tension tasking cues, 3 centered around the game of chess and 3 around baking. He wants me to do a complete 10-track album of the cues centered around baking. I'm like, I sure can do that. So that I can make sure I schedule my time to finish it in an effective manner, I'm simply waiting for a response to let me know what time frame and a few additional specifics I need to work with. I was so not expecting a response so quickly, but I'll take it. Keep the momentum going, everyone. Keep on pitching. Let's go. I love it. Congrats, Zim. Zim's been putting in the work, and it's exciting to see those results. And yeah, a new deal in the works. Let's go. We got Larry Bradshaw tapping in with us. Morning. Where are you at? That is morning. Larry's he's on the other side of the world. Super dope win from Zim. Let's see. We got Nicole. Nicole is in a City Trends jingle contest. So it says, y'all, I need your help. I've been selected for the City Trends Jingle Contest, and I would love your support to vote. Please go to the post and comment Nicole, 1 name per comment. Make sure it's a new comment, not a reply to someone else. Every vote counts, so don't be stingy. Tap in and show love. Thank you in advance. P.S. I'm contestant 9. I definitely got my vote in. Make sure you guys get your vote in so we can get Nicole to win that joint. That's the let's go. There she go. Boom. Contestant 9. Sync Producer Hub members in the building. Look, there's my vote. There's Steve's vote. There's Nancy Steroids vote. The whole community is vote. Look at that. Travis. Let's go. Zim. Boom. We got Waylo in the building. Come on, man. We go hard for our fellow hubsters. I gotta stop saying that's gonna become the nickname. Hubsters. Super dope. DJ Horn for that. Love to see it. I love it. Signature. I noticed that. You usually do come in saying good morning. I like it though, because in my mind, it makes it not feel so late, especially as we get closer to that midnight. All right, we got Tunde. Cover submitted and accepted. Let's check it out. It says, got another track signed off to Cover Sauce, and this time I got my boy Bertil Hansen to join me on the productions. Another Sync Producer collab. We have really built a great connection recently. It's feeling like we are a dynamic duo, LOL. Here it is if you want to have a listen. He shared it inside the community, so you guys can check that out. I love to see it. Congrats to Tunde and Bertil out here grabbing these deals, man, getting music signed. I love to see it. Hopefully we start seeing some placements from that stuff. Michael Connor with a win. Great start to the week. He says, what's good, everyone? Hope everyone's week is going well. Working on some mixes for a prospective album opportunity when an email came through from a music supervisor following a listening session last week. The guest and executive director of A&R and Sync specifically mentioned for me to stay in touch after the listening session and gave me their email address. That's massive. Thankful for the opportunity to potentially have my sister Harmonique join their artist roster and land placements. He and the music soup both loved her track Dose. That was a fire track. Open a door for Hub members to land deals. The Watch Me Win track was a big hit. Let's go. Another Sync Producer Hub collab, TV placement mastery collab. I love to see it. Produce strings arrangements for their artist roster. This is like a triple win baked into one. Continually grateful for this family. Thanks again, Anthony Clint Jr., for paving the way. And the collab with Chelsea and Bronx is going to be a great week for us all. Let's get it. The power of collaboration has been absolutely amazing. Shout out to the Sync Producer Hub members, man. You all have been helping me as well with my own projects and helping me knock this stuff out. And man, it's just awesome when you have a whole community of producers that you can lean on to just help you get things across the finish line, man. It's everything. So shout out to everybody in the hub. Shout out to those wins this week. I love to see it. Michael's voting now. Let's go. Kip is voting. Miguel just sent this comment in. Let's go. I love to see it. So Miguel says, I've decided to get the Ableton Move for when traveling or when going somewhere because I don't want to rely on a phone or iPad. Too much distractions. I agree with you. Plus the Move serves as a controller for Ableton. That's dope. That's smart. We got Truman in the building. What's good? Listening from the car on my way home. Let's go. Yeah. So dope stuff, man. Hit me with your questions. If you're a community member, I'm opening up the community only line. If you guys want to be brought up on video or audio, that is open for you guys. Otherwise, you can just drop it in the chat and then I'll get through those questions as well. Yeah, let's get you guys unstuck. If you guys are stuck, have any questions, any concerns, any of that stuff, let me know. But speaking of Ableton, Miguel, I heard that this week, I think Steve actually posted about it too. Claude has, they now have connections with Splice and Ableton and like some other creative apps. Splice, I'm not sure how much we could use that. But the Ableton joint, I haven't played around with it. I may try and mess with it. I still have Ableton on the computer. It has not been updated in a very long time, but I'm curious to see what that connection is like with Claude. Seeing if it's anything special or whatever. So maybe I'll play around with that. But it's pretty cool to see these platforms start to integrate with some of the tools we use every day as producers, so that hopefully we can, optimize parts of the production process, even if it's not generating music and things like that. If we can kind of optimize other parts of the production process so we can work faster, I think that'll be super dope. So I'm curious to see what that's like. Things have been changing like crazy, man. Not changing, but developing just with AI in general, like everybody every week is just dropping something new, whether it's Google, whether it's OpenAI, Anthropic, all of them. Like they're just going absolutely nuts. I also used my STEM creation skill officially on a project a couple days ago. That was to create stems for an album I'm working on for a publisher. Pretty much got everything. Organization of the session is the big thing. Once I got everything organized there, drums, synths, like synth melody, the creating the stems and like naming them was pretty straightforward. And I feel like the more it does it, the quicker it does. It didn't do the little weird solo thing at the top, which was good. That made the process go faster. Yeah, it didn't take too long for it to kind of go through, do what it needed to do. Yeah, so I sat there, I let it bounce stems, and I went and basically did other stuff in the studio while I was doing that. So that was pretty cool. I did run into one hiccup at the end where it came time to save as a template, and I think it was because of how, I think it was like the workspace or the file or something. It was like a read-only file. So something, they had gave me a couple options. I didn't have time because I was just trying to get it done. So I think I may have to like do some tweaks, either like where that skill is stored, or just have it. Yeah, I have to do something so that it can kind of save that, and pull that template up. So yeah. Miguel says, what got me into the Ableton Move is that it's a synthesizer, has sampling capabilities, recording. You can send projects to Ableton. The only downside is that it has only 4 tracks. Oh, that's pretty cool. That I didn't know it was like an actual synth, and can sample and stuff. That's pretty dope. 4 tracks is limiting, I guess. Rich says, did you say you uploaded the Logic manual PDF to Claude to give it something to read and learn from? Yes, I did. I uploaded that Logic PDF. So it might have helped. It might have helped it move a little bit faster and navigate things. So yeah. Do you use GitHub? You could create a repo to house all of your skills. Yes, I do have GitHub. Thanks to just this whole rabbit hole of AI stuff. I've used GitHub in the past for some like other little fun IT projects, but then I kind of revisit it with everything that I've been building with Claude. So that, I think that was one of the recommendations, either having everything there where we can update, or having, I think it was a JSON file just saved in a different location, so that can update and then it can pull from that. So I have to go back and do that. So yeah, we got Michael McConnor. Michael McConnor. It comes out so naturally now. He's calling in. Let's bring him up. See what questions he has. Yo, what's up, bro? Can you hear me?
How you doing? I'm good. I'm just gonna mute the other one. Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me pause. Okay. Cool. So question about the bouncing actually and the stem splitting.
Yeah.
Are you using that to bounce them in place, or is it using the export files?
It's the export files.
Export files. Okay.
Yep.
So do you ever experience any stems that for no reason, if all the plugins are disabled, that the WAV file is like maxed out? I've turned off the turn off protection, the normalize is off, because sometimes like the volume on the fader is fairly low.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering, does the stem splitter, or does Claude handle that? Like, does it take care of that? Does it do you experience that? Basically, is the question.
I don't think it'll do anything outside of what you have set in your DAW.
Okay.
Sometimes if you have, depending on what plugins you have on your mastering chain, like if there's a compressor or a limiter or something like that, and let's say you're creating a stem and there's other sounds that are now muted, it may compensate for that extra headroom that it may have now because it doesn't have the other instruments. So if you have some compression going on, that could be the reason why that sound is maybe, maxing out or being louder than it would be in the whole mix, the context of the whole mix. So that's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's a good point. I've just noticed it happens with almost random parts of the track. So the last one I was doing was marimba, and for some reason marimba was like head there was no headroom on the waveform top or bottom. So I was like, I've turned
Wow.
everything off. Everything is soloed. It's all all the plugins disabled.
Yeah.
Still getting this one random output that is like maxed out. I'm like, couldn't
That's
figure out.
weird.
So I was wondering if, yeah, just wondering if that was something that you configured by yourself, or is that something that Claude does for you?
Yeah. No, no, Claude didn't
Yeah.
do anything in terms of that. But
Okay.
yeah, no, that is weird. And then it doesn't do it when you play the track back in the DAW.
No. And so if I bring all the files in from the export into a new session, if the version that has the MIDI, if it's all MIDI, let's say, all the MIDI plays fine at the right levels. There's no peaking. There's no, odd levels or anything. But then you play the exported stems unmixed, unmastered. But then there's ones that are just like louder
That's
than the rest. So just yeah,
yeah,
just
that's weird.
thought, yep. There was another question, but I can't remember it now. So I'll type it in the chat.
Okay, cool. No problem, man.
Cool.
All right.
Thanks, man.
Yep. Gotta love technology, man. Um, Let me see. But yeah, GitHub is great. GitHub and Railway have become like go-tos for sure. For all of the building stuff that happens. So yeah, shout out to Claude. Claude's been crushing it, and Claude Code has been crushing it. Claude Design sort of crushing it. The usage is crazy though. Right now, like you do a couple projects and that is gone. But I don't use that. I don't use that much. At least right now. We'll see what happens as it as it develops. But for right now, that's pretty much it. So yeah, so stem creation, that's been working. Well, it worked for that project. Make a couple more tweaks and I think I'll have it where I needed to be. And then what else? I haven't really built anything else since that. Like this week was, like I said before, I've just been heavy in production, so haven't had a bunch of extra time to just kind of fool around and try new things. So, yeah. Any other questions? Drop them in the chat. If you're a Hub member, you can come up on video if you like, or audio. I seen Native Instruments is still kicking. Apparently, they just dropped another MPC, an MPC kind of thing, sound pack for the MPC. I may grab it. It seemed like it has some dope sounds in there. Let me see. Gas got a hold of Nate. Cymatics had another plugin for $1 called Dark Sky. Man, Gas is serious, man. It's a serious thing. And then Janelle gave us an update on Contact 8 software updates. So we'll see. I've been having so many issues with Contact 8. I think the only the last few projects I've produced, I think the only thing that's been contact has been Rising Hit. Yeah. I think everything else I just went back to Atmosphere too, because I kept opening the thing and stuff is just gone. Like a whole plugin instances just disappear. So maybe those bug fixes in this update will be addressed. But it looks like everybody's hopping on the Aftertouch vibe. I think that's a part of this Contact 8 update. That the piano, what was that piano? Expressive or something like that. That keyboard, they dropped a new version of that, which looks absolutely gorgeous, man. That goodness, they made a nice piece of gear. Let me see if I can find the actual the Espressive is it Espressive E? That thing is gorgeous. The Osmo CE. Now the CE though, it looks bigger than their original Osmos. That's the only thing, man. Because the size of the first one looked perfect, at least for like my desktop setup. I'm not sure how much bigger the new version is, but like I'm just paying attention. That's all I'm doing. I'm not gonna let gas get a hold of me. I'm just looking at it. You know, just having thoughts. That's all. Nothing serious. Rich says, Truth Clint, I'm moving more and more towards SoundPaint and Soundbox. We'll see if that update helps. Yes, I feel you, man. I've been looking at SoundPaint myself. It's about that dependability, man. Like, I just want to be able to depend on you as a plugin. Like, I just want to open the session and the plugin is where I had it originally. Just the same. It's just not removed entirely. That's all I want. That's all I ask for as a producer. That was happening to me too with Contact. It's crazy. Like, I don't even know, like, why. I've had to render everything I do in Contact. Everything. Like, that's the only way to secure peace of mind, is to just bounce in places audio, man. And it's crazy because I would usually wait until, you know, I get the final approval from the publisher and they're like, yeah, we want to sign this. This is good. Send deliverables. And then I would bounce everything as audio, save another version of that session with just the audio. But now it's like I'm having to do it before I even get to that point, because it happened to me. It happened to me on a project last year where like I finally got the approval and then I go back in to like mix everything and, you know, do what I need to do. And it just completely took a plugin out. And I had to like go back. I'm listening to the last version I sent them of the full bounce just to see what the sound was. I'm like, man, this is not okay. And then what I also started doing is just putting the patch name. I'll even do this with Omnisphere, because I've had this happen with Omnisphere where Omnisphere wouldn't delete, but it would just reset. I haven't had it happen since I've had, I think I have two. It mostly used to happen with one, but it happened so many times in one. Now I just, as a habit, in two, I'll put the patch name on the track. So if it does happen, I can just easily find the exact patch that I used. Cause man, dude, these plugins, they just be doing what they want to do, apparently. We got dinner from Allison. Dinner tonight is cubed steak, rice, green beans, and gravy. Let's go. I had steak last night and it was delicious. Ribeye. I love steak. Oh, here we go. Question. With AI music tech like A Studio, where you can sing your ideas into its DAW using royalty-free sounds like a VST, is this more legit as we're creating the content? Sing your ideas into its DAW using royalty-free sounds like a VST. Yeah, like if you're like singing a melody and then it's just turning that into a sound. Yeah, I don't see an issue with that. It's almost like using your voice as like a keyboard, a MIDI controller, but it's your voice. That's how I look at it. Sure, original melody. Now the vocal versions, I'm not sure about that yet. I've used it for demos. So far, what I've gathered is they don't want the final voice to be AI. They want that to be human. But in terms of like an instrument, I don't see that being an issue. Love Sound Paint, dope. The moment I learned my entire workflow has been around a contact bug. Yo, that's sad. That's our life. Like workflows have been developed around bugs. I'm just paying attention to A Studio and having thoughts too. If I can sing my idea in and have the plugin play back my idea, that speeds up a lot of creation, especially if it's MIDI output. Yo, facts. Cause normally that's like the first stage of, you know what I'm saying? Like you get the melody in your head, you start humming it so that you can play it. And then you're trying to find it on the keyboard. You know, you hear it, but now you just got to play it and translate that into like notes on the keys. So that could be interesting. That could be very interesting. Like literally just sitting in front of the mic, like putting the whole that's crazy. Putting the whole thing together. And then probably only touching the keys when you're putting chords on there. I imagine you can come up with some very interesting, melodies and stuff like that. Bass lines, synth leads. That's interesting. I bounce and disable and hide. Yeah. Musio keeps dropping the instruments. One time I open it and everything is there, and then I open it again and there are no instruments at all. Anyone else using Musio? Oh, that's crazy. I mean, that would drive me nuts, man. I've seen that with Omnisphere. You open a track, but Omnisphere doesn't load the sound you had. Highly annoying. Yep. Man, that's the way to do it. Allison got virtual plates for everybody. Nice collab on that trailer. I seen your post on LinkedIn. I'm in the process of signing 8 trailer tracks. I just signed the ownership paperwork the other day. Let's go. Yeah, shout out to Flares, man. Me and Flares did that. That joint. Chicken burritos for dinner this evening. LV got the chicken burritos popping off. So we got cube steak, chicken burritos. Let's go. The ads for A Studio were scarily frightening. You sing the lines, parts, and it translates it for you. Sign me up. That's crazy. I want to go to Shays this year, but still unsure about if I want to fly or drive. As a senior discount still on for $150. No senior discount. But like I think you got like a few hours, and or I think we were at like 13 tickets left at this price. But it's $175, so it's very, very close to the senior discount. Let me see if we still have a few more left, to where you can hurry up and grab that joint. I thought I seen it on here. Yep. Yep, we still got a few more. But yeah, man, these plugins crazy. I just want dependability. That's it. But yeah, the last album I produced pretty much everything on MPC Key. So that was cool. I did end up adding a couple additional synth sounds from Omnisphere. That was during like the second round of revisions. And I think it was mostly just because it was just easier, in my opinion, to do it that way, because I had everything structured out already. So I was just like, I'll just add it here versus, going back and forth. So I did that, and then yeah, from there, finished it up. But yeah, there's a lot of sounds. I got a lot of nice sounds in Contact. So I don't know. I'll run the update and see. You know what I'm saying? See what. Matter of fact, let me open up Native Access and get that popping off, and see if it helps, man. See if it helps. KJ in the building. What's good, KJ Lighthouse LLC Studios? Will the Shades of Sync still be near Alpharetta? Yes. We'll be in the same venue this year as last year. Super excited about that. I was not able to participate in the challenge. I wanted to, but I did not have time to. I was working on all the briefs. But I definitely wanted to, man. I was just like, because it would just be interesting, man, to try and like to do that with one sound or one VST. Let's go, man. Looking forward to meeting you guys. We got dessert tonight. Let's go. We have Marie Callender banana cream pie. There y'all go. Allison even brought dessert tonight. Tonight is special. It's the first of the month. I bet it was. See, every time you updates, man, updates. To update the software, you got to update the thing that hosts the software, and it just always ends up being bigger than what you think is going to be. But yeah, I'm excited to see what y'all did, though, for sure. I'm excited. Absolutely. We appreciate you. For the new people joining, we're answering questions on sync licensing. If you have some questions, drop them in the chat. If you don't know how to get your music placed, that's what we're here for. Answering your questions, getting you unstuck. And if you want to learn how to produce, prepare, and pitch placement ready music for TV and have your music reviewed like we're going to do in about 20 minutes or so, click the link in the description, join Sync Producer Hub, and then comment and share your link on the post that's pinned in the community. Tomorrow, Jason Dowdy will be chopping it up with Jason Carpenter for the Sync Producer Spotlight. So make sure y'all tune into that. Follow Jason Dowdy Music's channel here on YouTube. They're going to be doing that 8 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. So we get to learn a little bit more about Jason Carpenter and his story, his musical journey, and Sync and all of that dope stuff. So don't miss out on that. I have apparently 61 updates that need to be running on with native instruments. A lot of stuff I skip. Like, I don't use like half of their plugins. Sometimes I do. Most times I don't. This is why I don't have software like that for real. Because every time every time, man, there's something has to be updated, some OS updates. Now you gotta check compatibility, and that's a lot. It's a whole thing. Let me see if there's a where's that contact one? Why don't I yeah, just update them all. Has anyone heard of or have placements through Muso Soup? Muso Soup. It reminds me of miso soup that we get from this Asian restaurant. I have not. Shout out to anybody in the chat who has. It's a leading platform for independent music promotion. First time hearing about it. I've seen a few companies like this though. It's like playlisting. Um, PR. It seems like something like a service more so geared towards independent artists or something like that. Janie B says, what's the best genre to produce that will be in demand on the upcoming months so we can start working on? Let me pull up my. I have a cycles. Market trends and stuff. All right, so we're getting into spring and early summer. Advertisers are usually looking for the catchy, feel good summer hits. So this is like bright, poppy production, stuff that's fun, chill, beachy vibes, lighthearted, fun tracks. Usually that stuff gets used a lot during these months, April to June. That's what I would say for that. And then going into July through September, again, like summer anthems. And then also you kind of get holiday sprinkled in there as well, because they're kind of like, the holiday movies are like in post-production, really start where we're at April, May, June. So yeah, I would say over the next couple months, you'll probably start to see some more of those holiday briefs come up as that stuff moves into post-production. So that stuff, Michael and I were actually just talking about that you can start to kind of prepare for. And then like currently what they want now is going to be that summer feel good stuff, energetic, upbeat, high energy music during this, this season. So is lo-fi still being used? Absolutely. We just got some lo-fi tracks signed. When was that? A couple months ago now. That I was able to collab with Bronx and Janelle on. So yeah, lo-fi is definitely still being used. especially with the micro sync kind of stuff. Michael Connor says, I'm going to Shades 26. Ticket just bought. Let's go. Shadesofsync.com is going to be amazing. We will get a group picture this year. We absolutely must. We must do it. So, yeah. If KJ is going to be there, then I know I'm headed towards the right shores. Love it. Christmas, man. We got to add something to that Christmas catalog every year. Something. KJ says, bro, I was sick that I could not make it last year. I could barely stand hearing all of the good stuff everyone was saying about it. Bad. Excited you'll be there this year for sure. Yep. Yeah, go for it. I think you'll crush it. Boom, for sure. Yeah, it's one of those things. Like they, you'll see it. You'll see it just kind of get sprinkled in there with like everything else. It's not a brief I'm seeing like every week, every other week or whatever, but definitely been seeing it more and more over the past, I'll say over the past like year or so. So it's definitely growing demand for that stuff because it's just so chill, man. Works well for, just some music, some background music. And for brands and stuff like that, for like their little advertising campaigns on social media and stuff like that, they love it. Red Ray is going to Shades. It's gonna be a full house, man. I'm excited. I am excited. So, yeah. Lo-fi is on the rise in sync. It took a while, man, because usually when something fresh comes out, and I mean lo-fi's been around for a while, but when something's like trendy, sometimes it takes a little bit for the sync side to catch up, it seems like. And then eventually you kind of see it and it's like, oh yeah, like we need this. This is really cool. Yeah, it's been cool for a while now, guys. So yeah. I seen another article too randomly. It was a stat. It was saying that it was like 70% of syncs come from libraries in production music. And then 30%, directly from like music supervisors and things like that, which I think is interesting. It makes sense though, because I mean, libraries have a massive amount of music. So obviously, clients are going to them as a source for music, and they can just handle more projects like at once. So I think that's pretty reflective of even in how we pitch, right? Because I think a lot of us kind of pitch, more towards the publishers, the libraries, and then we sprinkle in some music supervisors here and there. And usually it's like a situation where it's just like at Shades of Sync, where you're able to actually meet the music supervisor, talk to them, see how they like to receive music, and that kind of get in the room with the virtual listening session like we do, that like we're going to do October 30th for that virtual part of Shades of Sync. And it just kind of accelerates that relationship. So when you're in a situation like that, it makes sense versus taking the time to like try and hunt down all of the music supervisors. I feel like the majority of the effort is kind of towards the publishers and the agencies and the libraries and things like that. And then when it's going to be more like worth your time, then you kind of sprinkle in those music supervisors as well, which brings cool opportunities as well. So, yeah, I think it's smart to have both as part of your strategy in terms of pitching. Libraries will definitely get the ball rolling and get you familiar with the process and things like that. And then by the time you are talking to a music supervisor, you kind of already know what to expect, what they're going to want, what they're going to ask for, how they like to receive music. And I think that's like one of the biggest mistakes that producers who are just getting started make is, they find a music supervisor. So they find a music supervisor, but then they don't know how stuff works in terms of deliverables and, splits and split sheets and things like that, cue sheets and the information that has to go on a cue sheet. So, what tends to happen is like they reach out unprepared, and then music supervisor's like, oh, this is not good. And then it gets ignored. And then you're just like, oh, I tried that and it didn't work. So I think having a combination of both is definitely beneficial. Michael Connor says, I think we'll have to have a Hammond and keyboard on the stage this year for a jam. It'd be super dope to beat you, bro. That would be crazy. Shades of Sync jam session. So yeah, 70% coming from publishers, the 30% coming directly from agents and music supervisors. I thought that was an interesting stat. Yeah, I thought that was interesting. KJ got his Shades of Sync ticket. I just got mine. Let's go. Shades of Sync is happening. 2026, October 30th and the 31st. 30th is virtual listening session. You will be in the room with reps and supervisors and publishers listening to your music, critiquing your music. And then if you're inside the hub, Sync Producer Hub, you will probably get an opportunity to shake hands with some of those reps and supervisors after the session. And then, the next day, Saturday, we hooking y'all up with the gems, the sauce, and giving you an opportunity to, to really have those conversations that move things forward, man. So I'm excited. It's going to be a good time. So yeah, make sure you get your ticket. Shades of Sync. We'll be shutting down access after tonight, I think around midnight. Or if those last few tickets end up selling, then that'll be it. The window will close and we will not open it back up for another month, and the price will also go up. So right now you're able to get in at the lowest price you can get it for this year. So yeah, it's gonna be dope. Yes, and we will definitely make that group picture happen for the hub members for sure. All right. Any other questions before we transition into live music reviews, which is going to be interesting because the challenge this week was to use a plugin, just one plugin / VST, get all of your sounds from that and make an entire track. Shout out to Ken for this crazy idea, but it sounds like it was fun. Davey Dave says, I'm excited I graduated this year from Full Sail, joined the Sync Hub, and now going to Shades of Sync in October. So this is a good year. I love it, man. Yeah, that's what's up, man. Progress. I love that. Like, I love that. That roadmap, like going to Full Sail, you're getting the education and the technical skills to be able to do what you do, and then you hop in the hub. Now we're teaching you how you can get paid and make money from it, specifically through sync licensing. And then Shades of Sync is just putting everything that you've been learning together in a room full of people who can help make that happen for you as well. So I think that's super dope. I love to see it. Always learning, man. Constantly growing. For sure. And we definitely got to get y'all some custom shirts. I don't have one here. But last year, let me grab a shirt before we go to break. Janelle's in the building. So last year, you couldn't buy these shirts. You had to have a ticket. So we gave everybody a Shades of Sync shirt. But in the back, I can't see. The back says "Catch Me in the Credits." And then we will also, if you remember, last year we had a brief for attendees to be able to write the theme song for Shades. We do this every year, and we actually pay the winner a sync fee to use that song during the conference. So we'll be opening that up soon to give you guys an opportunity to work on a sync brief for the Shades of Sync theme song this year, which we'll use for content and for the conference visuals and all that stuff, and give you an opportunity to make some money. So literally, and then we also have we brought the affiliate program back. So once you get your ticket, you get information on inviting others with your affiliate link. And some people ended up getting paid literally to come to the conference because they shared the affiliate link. And then if you share it with a few people and then you get a percentage of that, eventually we end up paying you to come to the conference. It's crazy. So I can only imagine if you end up winning a brief and then you end up referring a few people, you getting paid to come talk to people and learn from people that can pay you even more once you start getting your music synced. It's absolutely insane. So go to shadesofsync.com, grab your ticket. I can't wait to see you guys this year. It's going to be exciting. And we're going to make it happen. We're going to take a quick break. Go grab a snack or go grab some of that cube steak that Allison made, or go grab some of those, chicken burritos or something that LV Drizzle had. Grab something. And we're going to come back. We're going to listen to this music, see what y'all cooked up with one plug-in. And I guess we're going to see if it's ready for sync. If you can get something synced with just a single plug-in, we're going to find out in a few minutes. So stay tapped in. We'll be right back. We are back. Shout out to everybody in the stream, man. We are about to dive into some music reviews, seeing if your music is ready for TV and film. What happened to my display? It literally just turned off. If your music is ready, we'll let you know. If it's not, we'll give you some ideas on how you can make it better. This week, we kind of did a different challenge, seeing if we could create something from just one plugin. That's it. So this will be fun. If you're not a member of the community, join Sync Producer Hub. You can submit your music as well. syncproducerhub.com. The link is in the description, pinned in the comments. And yeah, I need y'all to drop some fire emojis in the chat. But first, while y'all dropping fire emojis, I'm gonna hit this leaderboard and see if see who we got on the 7-day leaderboard to see who we get to play first. Janelle, is this the same list from last week? We got Janelle, Nate, and Davey Dave, top 3. I think it was similar. Brother Truman says, I made it home safe and sound navigating these ATL highways. Man, listen. Atlanta's crazy, bro. Like, the traffic is crazy. I just don't understand. I don't understand the decisions people make behind the wheel. It's like, I'm concerned that you don't even value your own life. The way you get over without looking, without blinker, you just risk life. It's just crazy to me. It's crazy. How do you not want to know who's coming up behind and aside you? Why would you not want to know that before you get over? You just looking straight, just get over. Craziness to me. Anyways, all right, I see the fire emojis. We got Janelle up first. Philly is probably where it probably is, man. Listen, I don't know. My wife, we were joking. We was like, yo, we taking our kids back up to Ohio to learn how to drive, not Georgia. I feel like they just freely give people licenses down here with just no verification of that they can actually drive. And the merging, they didn't master that. No one showed them. It's like, it's crazy. It is the craziest thing to watch. All right, here we go. Live music reviews. You're about to get me started on a traffic rant. Janelle is number 1. We got one. Allison says, I lived in Alabama, Massachusetts, South Carolina, Texas, and now Nevada. I've never seen such crazy creative driving out here. Wow. That's a nice variety of places. That's a nice variety. You know what? Nah, seriously. The closest thing to Jersey, and I feel like it might be the same. I don't know. Y'all let me know if it's different. But I've been in New York. I know a lot of people from Jersey come to New York to work and stuff like that. New York, I thought I might not make it. I thought I might not make it back alive driving in a cab in New York. That was the most, wow. Talk about life flashing before your eyes in real time. And there's nothing you can do. You're just in a back seat watching this happen. It's like, yo. It is people out there on bikes. Like, why are you on a bike in this traffic? In the street? I'll just walk. Like, I don't care how long it takes. I'm just walking on the sidewalk, man. Even then, I feel like you got to be a defensive walker walking around in some of these places. All right, let's go. Let's get it going. Janelle says this track was produced exclusively with Ashlight Inside Contact, using its granular and sample-based synthesis engine to design all textures, atmospheres, and tonal elements. Dark, slow building suspense tension cue featuring atmospheric drones, eerie textures, and subtle pulsing rhythms Creates a sense of unease, anticipation, and psychological tension, ideal for crime, thriller, and investigative scenes, including true crime documentaries, detective work, mystery reveals, and dramatic underscore. Let's do it. This sounds great. Apparently, bad driving is everywhere. Yeah, I think I almost got in an accident in Miami last time I was there. She can produce anything. Nancy Steroids is in the building. Dang. That was good. That was like really good. I need to get up in some Ashlight. Those textures were nice. Again, well done. It felt like a really good movie. I always say that a lot. Like this, if it's good, it just makes me feel like I'm watching a really good movie. Great work. I think, did we DJ Horn that? Yep. She does it again. That for one plug-in, you can't beat that. I'll do the whole album in that. All those things you suggested. It's been a minute since I haven't shared. Oh yeah, it has been a minute. I feel some gas coming. I know, right? Crime thriller, 100%. Janelle Costa music, one stop, literally. Just give me one plug-in too. I'll make that work. Yeah. Texture Town. Yeah, it's ready. I don't know if I said that yet. Boom. There we go. Yeah. Love it. All right. Let's keep it going. We got Nate, aka Nancy Steroids, up next. Nice. I think I might have used it. Like a couple times. I think I have it. I think I do. Anyways. All right. Nate. me scroll back up to the top. Boom. There we go. All right, y'all. This isn't my best work by far, but I tried. I used Nexus. I haven't used this one in a long time and thought, why not? This challenge was way harder than I anticipated, but this is what I got. Go easy on me. Let's go. House party. Sounding good so far. Meanwhile, my updates are literally still installing right now. Man, this'll still work. Like, I hear y'all the commercial vibes for sure. I hear fun opening scene, summery, bright, up tempo on a show. I can hear like a real estate show, maybe a home improvement. Yeah. I don't know, I think it's good to go. I think I'll probably turn maybe like the clap up. Maybe the clap and the kick. But yeah, sounds solid. It's pretty good for one plugin, man. Shout out to Nexus. Nexus will get the job done still after all these years. All right. Davey Dave is up next. What's good, Sync Hub fam? Man, this week was challenging. Like to thank Ken Stavis for putting us all through one plugin boot camp. I don't know how I feel about this track, but y'all let me know what y'all think. Alchemy was my plugin of choice. That's a good one. I feel like I was on one of those cooking shows where they gave you 3 ingredients and ask you to make a masterpiece meal with very little time. I also realized that I may be older than most of you, so some maybe not catch the reference. LOL. But without further ado, Monsters Love Alchemy. Let's go. Yeah, it was. Sounding good. Alchemy. Uh-oh, the tempo change. Oh. That growl in the bass. Yeah, that was nice. I think the volume can come up a little bit overall, but good work. One plugin, Alchemy. I think if I had time to work on it, I think which one would I probably go with? I feel like I always use Omnisphere, so I probably would have to. I would have to use something different. I would have to use something different. Omnisphere is a given, but yeah, like if I'm in a pinch, man, Alchemy. It's like Alchemy, Omnisphere. Depends on what kind of track too. Depends on what kind of track. But yeah, great work, Davey Dave. That joint can definitely get used. Shout out to the musical quotes. Let's go, man. Y'all went to work. Y'all can get a lot done with very little. I'm impressed. Still can't get over the slowdown. I know, like he just was like, "Yo, I'm gonna just hit him with these chords. Y'all gonna get these chords, and then we'll go back to the main idea. But before that, chords." Rich is up next. That was the top 3. Shout out to Janelle, Nate, and Davey. Getting it done. One plug-in. Rich Rosen, There Can Only Be One. A nod to Highlander. Perhaps the one, in this case, is Contact's Piano Uno Outer Space preset. It's trilled, tremoloed, shifted, verbed, reverbed, adverbed, pan-fried, and sauteed 6 different ways. What? I wasn't supposed to use any additional effects plugins either. Sue me. Soft sting ending. Maybe. No, you can use plugins. I mean, like effects, I guess. So let's check out this Rich joint. He only used like one sound. Just realized I was muted. We'll just ignore that. Oh, you thought it was over. Oh no. We listen to the very end when it comes to Rich. I would turn the main piano. What I was saying when I was muted is the piano that's doing like the arpeggiated chords. I would turn that up a little bit. Still feels traditionally rich sci-fi-ish. Okay. That was it. Good work. One piano sound. Not bad. Not bad at all. Sci-fi. I would turn that main piano up and maybe roll off some of the highs on the piano that's panning to make it a little more warmer, but that's just, I'm just nitpicking now. Yeah. A mosquito bite. Ting, ting. All right. Alice, that was a horrible, I don't know what mosquito makes that sound. That's crazy. Anyways, Allison says, I spent this week organizing my work setup, moving furniture, and clearing. Me too. Literally, yesterday, I had to clean up, man. I was like, this is filthy. How can I work in this space? Literally, it helps a ton. Man, I had stuff all over the desk. I was like, okay, listen. I had paper because listen, after taxes, bro, there's stuff everywhere. So I had to I got everything filed away. I got my desk cleared up. Boom. I can focus. It was all over. It's all over the place. All right, let's keep it moving. I am loving this so far. This is so interesting. We got Frime up next. He says, hey, what's up, fam? Really wanted to do the challenge this week, but got busy with life. But I still want to share something. Sorry if it's not part of the challenge. It's all good. We still love you, bro. This one goes hard with some smooth roads. It's called Why Would You Do Me Like That? Excuse me. Why that booty so fat type of vibe. I was not expecting that after that sentence. Enjoy, respect to everybody in the hub. Salute to Clint. That's hilarious. Let's check it out. Here we go. Dang on Frime drums. That bass is everything. crazy with some vocals. Sheesh, Rhymes. That joint is a vibe. Yeah, that's crazy. Love the sounds on that. Chords, phenomenal. Perfection for this track. They sat so perfectly in the production. They didn't overdo it. They were where they needed to be. Great work, Rhymes. Thanks for sharing that. Kick and bass. And it's so much room for a vocalist like Kehlani to just come in and just crush it. Harmonies. Melodies. All right. Let's go. This track, oh no, we played hers. Felipe. Hi, y'all. I'm so hyped up to listen to what y'all cooked up for this challenge suggested by Ken Stavis. Thank you, Anthony Ken Jr., for making this possible. For this challenge, I exclusively used Bedroom Beats by Lo-Fi Panda 3. It's been so long since not using that plugin, and I had so much fun using it again. I didn't remember it having such smooth instrument sonorities. Sweet touches, a sweet, warm, and loving track made with innocent, soft, and appeasing sonorities. That's what I went for using that plugin. Enjoy and have a nice weekend. Frime Prime Rib Rump Steak. That's accurate. That sums that up. This is so peaceful. I was just about to say that. Feels like a commercial. Especially with that main do. It's like it's playful. Yeah, great work on this, man. Y'all literally can get the job done with anything. Sheesh. And it doesn't sound like it's all coming from one plugin. Dope stuff. Let's go. Did I DJ horn that? It's ready. No doubt. Yep. Everybody's digging it. Nice and flowing. Chill triplets. Yeah. Sleep Number. Let's go. Sleep Number placements. All right, we got Keith. As y'all could probably tell from my comments, I was super hyped for this challenge, exclusively using Massive X. This track is called Tension in the Cosmos. Shout out to Rich Rosen. You've been a great influence for bringing this sound back out of me. Let's check it out. Next week's challenge, paper clipping bottle tops. Ooh. Dope work. Massive for the win. Turbulence in the Cosmos. We had that classic Keith dissonance in there. A very aggressive sting. It wanted to be known as a sting. Yeah. Good work, man. Love it. Love the recurring theme and melody throughout that. Had a nice little switch up in there. Clearly see those sections, those edit points. Yeah. Dope stuff. Let's go. I keep forgetting if I DJ. I've been DJ horning immediately after. Did I forget that I did it? All right. Everybody's been getting like 2 DJ horns tonight. Let's go. Keith with another one. All right, we got Dimitrik. Hello, family. It's Friday and the challenge has been accepted. Weapon of choice on this track is Outputs Arcade. Why? Because it's endless possibilities. This track is called Mental Focus. I want everyone to focus on the cover art. Copy it if you have to. I know we go through life when life be lifing, but we have to stay mentally focused at the task at hand. Getting these wins. Let's go. Focus. Mental focus. Focus your mind. Create your sound. Finish your vision. You probably can't see that because stuff on the screen. But let's check it out. The paper clip and the bottle cap. This joint is locked into a pocket. We've been in workout mode throughout that entire album. Now we just can't get out of it. Kimberly Durr has entered the building. What's good? Yep. Let's check that ending out though. Yeah, that could work. This is dope, man. This is dope. Let's go. Job well done with Arcade. Dope drums, dope melodies, all of it. Let's go. And it makes you focus because it's like it's still developing, but then it's still, I don't know, it still had a pocket, like without being repetitive, if that makes sense, and like monotonous. So dope stuff. All right, Ken, the creator of this challenge here. This is something that he did personally. And he shared it with us. So let's see. He says, thank you everyone for your First off, let's run that back because that was not coming out right. Thank you everyone for your participation in this. This challenge is from a conversation with a musical buddy of mine who basically told me that I didn't need to be buying a bunch of plugins to create my music. Ouch. Thanks, Ken, for putting us all on blast right now. He created a song with just general MIDI files and mixed it. It really blew me away. He just uses the sound that is in his keyboards and kills all the time. If I said his name, some of you may know him. I will share some of his music soon. Just first wanted to point out that in this challenge, I found out the plugin I chose to use had a shamisen, a Japanese type of banjo. I didn't know what that was. I never heard of the name before this challenge. Although the instrument is not in my song, I learned something new because of this challenge. Thank you, Clint, and everyone. I can't wait to hear everyone's submissions. This dramedy cue tritone slip slide maneuvers is composed from the Korg Triton Extreme plugin, thus the tritone in the cue title. Let's go tritones. Track description: a comedic yet sexy ambient track that weaves a mysterious tale through playful, bold percussion and mischievous bass guitar riffs, ideal for an eccentric and whimsical atmosphere. The instrument track features a vibraphone, acoustic piano, and bassoon. Patch layer: the awkward eyeball, sneaky movement, quirky emotional tension, and tiptoeing energy is the mood of this cue. Please enjoy tritone slip slide maneuvers. Let's go. Oh boy. She's crumping already. I know, right? He called us out. Who is sea walking? Is Kim sea walking? See Crip walking out here. got it mixed up. Oh. I thought she was crip walking. This is definitely dramedy. Yeah. Good work. Tritone plug-in. Yep. No, this is great. Structure, melodic, everything is there. Only thing I would tighten up is just the mixing, the high ends and stuff like that. The high end frequencies, kind of toning those down a little bit in the mix. But outside of that, the structure you have, we kind of got right into it here. No long intros. Yeah, great work. Shout out to Ken. Shout out to the Triton. Man, such a classic board. So many memories. I've played many of concerts on a Triton. Especially for aux, man. Sitcom vibes, can fit a lot of different eras of TV2 for sure. It had like that timeless kind of dramedy vibe to it. Or yeah, I think yeah, it felt more on the lighthearted side as well. Not super duper tense or anything, but definitely like the awkward, oddball, sneaky movement. Yeah, I think you nailed it. Nailed it with that 1960s Pink Panther vibe, 100%. New dictionary words, Clint, as he reads. Yes, we create new words here. We're creators. So yeah. Korg Triton for the win. Now I miss my Chronos. Every decade. Yeah. Yep. Monk. Saturday morning cartoons. Yeah, he just took us back, man. Let's go. G5 has entered the building. What's up, G5? All right. Let's keep it moving. We got David Sanner. He says, so I sent this one earlier, was told timing was off. So I went and quantized and sent to Davey Dave. He said it was better than first one. That's why I deleted and resent. This VST was studio linked, Trap Mafia. Not going to be able to attend review tonight. I got to work a double. Have a good weekend, fam. No doubt, David. Hope you have a solid shift. Yeah, time is definitely better. The new sound that came in, that one's still a little off the board. Let's see. Yeah, just gotta tighten the brass up. I would turn the brass down in the mix. Turn that down. Bring your snare up. I think a nice hard hitting kick would help. You kind of. Let me see. yeah, a kick, some percussion, some hi-hat, something like that, kind of drive the rhythm forward. Bring those brass down. Brass kind of overpowering everything else in there. Definitely tightened up the rhythm in this first part. It seemed like it kind of got off near the end. I don't know what sound. I don't know if it was like the brass timing or if it was the timing of something else. But yeah, definitely tighter in terms of timing than that first version. So yeah, definitely keep it up, David. Thanks for sharing that with us as well, man. Kim Dirt also moonwalks. That's good to know. That is great to know. Moonwalk. That's why she's in the Sync Supremes. Pink Panther from Detroit. That's accurate from the previous track. Yep. And then structure. Getting that structure type. Let's go. David putting in the work. 100%. All right, let's keep it going. Janet, what's good, fam? For tonight challenge, I only use Vital to make a punchy slap house with positive melodies, atmospheric leads, and modern slap bass. So I called my track just Vital. This challenge was more difficult than I thought, especially for drums, but Vital was the best of both worlds because I had more options for sound design and sound customization. Hope it was a good choice. It was fun. Let me know, what do you see on this track? Let's check it out. All right. That was dope. Shout out to Vital. That bass sounds solid. I'm here for the arps. I'm here for that. And the filtering of said arps. Question. It sounds like I don't know. It sounds like what kind of car does this sound like? Yeah, this is dope. Sonically, it sounds dope. It's like it's a nice warm vibe to it. The bass, the synths, really dope. Yeah, this felt good. Shout out to Slap House. I like Slap House. Ferrari, Boom. Luxury. Straight luxury. No doubt. Absolutely. That's what we do here. We spot out the talented sea walkers, moonwalkers, crumpers. Head was nodding right from the start. That's how I can hear this on all kinds of commercials. Kicking bass. Yeah. Yep. Definitely ready to go. Let's go. Janie with another one. All right, we got James E. McGregor Jr. Good day, Hub fam. The challenge with FM8. New light. FM8 is solid. I haven't used it in a while. I've used it before. Yeah, real big in Europe. Here for the arps, man. Nice panning on the drums. I know, right? It's a nice section. Switch it up a little bit. Yep. Magoo. Boom, we got this thing ending in there. Let's go. Yeah. The kick, I think the kick could have a little more weight to it on the bottom end. But again, for everything to be coming from one plug-in, solid. And syncable. This feels like I guess it's like on a TV show. Nice edit points too. Good work. Shout out to Magoo in the building with another one. He's been in the bag. Tremolo, stutter. I'll probably say tremolo. It could be stutter. I feel like I don't know. It's kind of doing both, I feel like. I know. Definitely feeling commercial vibes tonight. Let's go. All right. We got Michael McConnor, but he has his own section. So we'll come back. We'll come back to him. MVP pending. All right, we got Truman. What's up, Hub fam? This is a hardcore, grimy, gritty, boom bap, 90s hip hop track that I made exclusively with the RX 1200 plugin that emulates that classic SP 1200. The title, Two Tunnel Rats, is an ode to the legendary club The Tunnel that was home base for the hardcore New York hip hop scene in the 90s. Every MC back then wanted to have a tunnel banger. Man, dude, I want so bad for Truman to land one of his joints for the brief that we were working on for like the 90s hip hop stuff, because he has it. He has it. It's like straight, authentic 90s vibe. So fingers crossed, man. Shout out to the Rats in New York. Oh, what plugin was this? Oh, it's made on the RX 1200. It is gritty and grimy. I had some chocolate chip cookies today, but they weren't like the moist kind. They were Tate's, the crispy kind. Good though. I had to chill on the other ones, man. So just wait. It's just loaded with so much. Brother Truman. I knew the tunnel. This is a feel like it was recorded in the actual tunnel, the Holland Tunnel. But yeah, dope stuff. Definitely got that 90s boom bap vibe. I think for sync, it would probably just need to. I think the sections it would just need to do a little bit more, and just have different. Maybe like 2 more layers of instrumentation to give it some options, but yeah, as far as the vibe is definitely there. And then if it has to stand on its own as an instrumental, I would say that. Now we start talking 90s hip hop, you know, it was definitely repetitive. You had the lyricist kind of, you know, creating those different sections. So context, it just depends on what it's being used for sure. But dope stuff, Truman. Let's go. Miguel, we're gonna come back to Miguel. Looks like he's been in GarageBand. Okay, we'll come back to that. We got Marty. I used Native Instruments duets to put this together. Got a chance to play with some filters and envelopes to create the percussion. Duets is fun. That's a good one. Let's check it out. Yep. No doubt, man. They got some stuff in there, man. Yep. Nice progression. It does. Let's go, Marty. Great work with duets. Let that sting ending trail off. Dope stuff. I'll turn the kick and snare up a little bit. But yeah, dope stuff. I like it. Definitely has a good bed, great underscore stuff, great melody, chord progressions, good sections. Good work, Marty. Commercial. But like, this was the cool thing about this challenge is like, it's a lot like Sync though, for real, because you kind of have to create within guidelines, and sometimes the limiting can be, it makes you more creative. And then when you just kind of test that, I think it's fun to see what you can come up with, for sure. So love to see it. I seen a question. Where did it go? Here it is. Is there a way in Disco to get this single track view when you play a song from a playlist? I don't think so. Just curious because I see the notes when you share one track different from a playlist. Oh yeah. I think you just have to share the track link specifically for the track, or just upload. Would you upload I think it would just be the track link, or a playlist with one track would be my guess. So yeah. Def aggravating my gas. It's funny how the effect that this is having is still making us want to go buy plugins. We seriously have a problem. We do. It's okay. We have each other. All right. Rod Mosby says this audio was created using Citrus and the chopped chords I wrote. My risers came from my sample packs. If that disqualifies me, it's cool. I'm still sharing this progressive build with automated swells and evolving intensity, mixed notes, wide stereo image, heavy use of reverb for depth, clean low end, cinematic headroom, preserved for dialogue. Let's check it out. Feel it building. I like that whistling sound. This could be commercial too. Like some outdoors type of brand. It feels adventurous. The all new Rivian R2. 0% APR until October 31st. The ending, we just got to tighten up the ending because it felt like it was just continuing. And then you was just I felt like you was just like, stop it. And just stop that joint. But this is dope, dude. Shout out to Citrus. It got the job done. I say just tighten up that Sting ending, and yeah, that sounds great, man. Love that the whistling and the sound effects and stuff you got going on in there. Nice build. Yeah, I like it. Circle of Life vibes, 100%. Calming, I'm buying whatever they're selling because of the music. Has a royal sound to it. Yeah, the whistle was fire. KJ's rocking with it. That's what I typed. Documentary drone shot. Oh, you know what? Animal documentary, wildlife. I can hear that. Oh, yeah, Michael said something adventurous as well. Yep. Yeah, dope stuff. Let's go. All right, let's check it out. The next one, Terry Thompson. Okay, Hub. This is a tension piece called In Pursuit of the Menace using Omnisphere. I used one sound from the ARP BPM category, The Pursuit. I just used the various presets and played with the rhythms a bit. I was thinking of a chase scene or video game as ways to use this. I thought the overlapping noises that are in the sounds added to the tension and uncertainty of what was waiting around the corner. I hope it's not too overbearing. Enjoy. Let's go. Yeah, this would definitely work for some minimal tension, percussive tension stuff. With the little pad underneath. Kim will crump to anything. It doesn't even have to have rhythm to it. She'll crump to it. That's how good she is. And it's still variety in here too. I hear documentary, crime documentary. Yeah, it's ready. And it still has a tone to it, though. You can hear it, which, yeah, that works. Good stuff, Terry. I rock with it. Think it's good to go. Anything with indigenous people and tribes. Yep. Let's go. All right, we got Jared up next. Absolutely. Not my best work. Had to rush this in the final hour, literally. Apologies for the mix. Didn't have a chance to. That being said, I had fun with this challenge. It's a hype sports hip hop track. I use solely arcade, no samples. This is our second mention of arcade. Let's go. Arcade is arcading. Check it out. The mix is horrible. No, I'm after he just said it. Honestly, the mix isn't that bad. This is low. It sounds pretty balanced though. Yeah, I think you'll be able to put this one to work. Yep. I think once you mix that, this is going to be good to go. Sports Center top 10, 100%. Janie is rocking with it. Turn it up, and I think that's I know, right? That's going to be most of your mixing right there. Turn the master volume up. I could hear it like in the second half of it, but you're right, you got that. But yeah, sounds good. Sounds like that Rick Ross era anthem music, especially with those brass stabs, right? Yeah, dope stuff. Yeah, that final version gonna be crazy. Dope. Let's go. Let's keep it moving. We got Cecil. What's up, SPH? Been a member for some time. To absorb and gain the proper knowledge, use all Logic stock plugins. This is a smooth backtrack, getting you ready to move. All feedback is welcome. Name of the track, Close to You. And shout out to Logic stock sounds. I like Logic stock stuff. Uh-oh, is it not playing? Come on, technology, work for us today. Let me give it some time. Let's be patient. All genres. That's how we sound when we reach out to publishers and they ask us what we specialize in. We just be like, everything. Do it all. Okay. This isn't loading up, Cecil, and I'm not sure why. It could be the file type, which I don't know, because it's only 2 megabytes. It's not like this one. Yeah, that one. It may be the file type. Was anybody else able to get Cecil's track to play? Oh. All right. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to. Let's try that. Let's try refreshing. Good idea. Just played. Wait a minute. Wait, no. I think he took it down. I think that's why I didn't play. It disappeared. Dun dun dun. Well, that would make sense, I guess. All right, no worries. We'll catch him. He might have I don't know. We don't know. I'm sure we'll find out eventually. It's a mystery right now. All right, B Ward is up next. Made it, man. Look, in the infamous words of Ninth Wonder, struggle gang. Well, I used Serum 2 on this one. All sounds and all drums, like Master Teacher Clint said. It ain't pretty, but yeah. All right, let's check it out. One plug. I didn't even catch that. Yeah, still goes hard. I bet a little more time on the mix. I bet it can get placed. Scripts be false advertising. 100% LW. Let's go. Again, though, once the mix is tightened up, I bet somebody will use that joint. Melody, strong. You got the sections. You got the sting. Yeah. I'm sure this makes us appreciate some of our go-tos for certain sounds, too. Where you just like, yo, I would definitely I would love to use XYZ for this particular sound. But yeah, it sounds good. Might start adding that in the metadata. 100% human made, one plugin used. Talk about a way to stand out. Just start putting like crazy claims in the metadata. Like something just crazy. All right, we got John Carter. Says, a little late, but I'm here, Hub fam. An old beat I made when I was 23. Decided to dust it off and remake it. All instrument sounds came from Fabric XL, and everything else, drums and vocals, it's just samples loaded in a channel rack. I literally just finished this one, so it's rough. But still eager and grateful for feedback from the Hub and Sensei. As always, I call it lo-fi soulful vibes. Them 808s came through on the TV. Let's go. Yes, sir. Classic progression. That was classic. This feels so nostalgic. It's crazy. Yep. Yep. The synths will synth. Here it comes. This is the rough part right here. Let's go. I can hear. Honestly, the only thing rough is like just mix. That's finalizing the mix on everything. Like literally, like all this stuff is usable. I'm pretty sure somebody will use it. That is wild, man. Dope stuff. Jay Carter, chilling on music. I like the sound. Kind of reminds me of Janet Jackson's Anytime, Any Place. Mr. Willie Earl music. Chord progression got me tongue-tied. The 90s. Yep. Fabulous. Omarion. Inspired by Love Train's Function. Yeah, that's about it. Tightening up the mix. Just wait for a spoken word voice with a guy starting out with girl. Dude, that's hilarious. The talking on the tracks. Let's bring talking back. Conversations. The phone calls. Remember the intros with the phone calls, the phone rings, and then there's a conversation before the song actually starts, and then the song starts. That's hilarious. All right, good times. All right. So we gotta get back up to Michael Connor. What did we decide we're using? Violins for Michael Connor. Drop some violins. I'm about to get a poll popping, so we can throw somebody up on this list. And honestly, it's fair game. It's fair game for everybody. Kim. Yep. I'm at the studio, man. I told you. It ain't like that. What you mean where I've been? I've been working. I'm in the studio. I'm on tour. Okay. I see violins. The plugins one. Oh, that's what we need to do. Let's vote for the plugin. Which plugin do you think won tonight? If y'all can remember the plugins that were used on each track, or just name the person and then I'll look up the plugin. We vote for the plugin tonight. We seen Arcade. Arcade was in here a couple times, so I'm gonna throw Arcade on the list just by default because it was just used the most. The Citrus. I agree with Citrus. I agree with that. Janelle says Janet. Oh yeah. What did Janet use? Let me see. That joint sounded great. Was it Vital? It was Vital. So we got Citrus. The Korg Triton Extreme. Let's get that Vital up there. That Ashlight was crazy. I see a couple Tritons though. Davy Dave, what did Davy Dave use? Oh, Ashlight. Ashlight came back with a vengeance. Let's throw Ashlight up there. Alchemy was strong too. All right, here we go. Boom, poll started. Drop them violins in the chat. We about to play Michael McConnor's track, if I can find it again. Here we go. Found. All right, it says really excited about this week's challenge. I did start a track using strings, but wanted to take that track in a different direction, so I pivoted to one of my favorite plugins and composed and produced Silvery Tension using Silver by Audio Bros. With such versatility in sonics and filters, I wanted the mids to symbolize a close proximity of danger, almost like being in a claustrophobic space, with the higher frequencies having reverb to symbolize the hope that's in the distance or light at the end of the cavern. Nothing too crazy, but I hope you enjoy. Thankful for this awesome community as ever and the feedback. Highly recommend Silver. It's free. He took it to another level. He said, I'm going to use one free plugin. Listen, y'all just crushed all excuses out there that any producer could ever use. Whether I don't have the right sounds, I don't blah, 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 blah. I make music, not excuses. Clearly. Here we go. Silvery Tension. Mango. What's Mango? I make music, not excuses.com is where you can get the gear. This plugin sounds great. I hear that bass. That'll work. It works. It's ready. Great tension track. A lot of nice textures from that. And it's a free plugin. Dang, I think we did the poll too soon. The hunt is on. Lion stalking a wildebeest. Patty would surely be running from this for sure. Where is Patty? We haven't seen Patty. She's been gone since she ran the last week. Dope. The violins. Yeah. Here's the disclaimer. One plug-in means you used one plug-in, not an outlet strip with a bunch of things plugged into it. Battery-powered sound sources exempted. Stop it. He wasn't going to win it, and LW chimes in. I don't know. I'm just saying, listen, there could have been a chance. It was free, too. You can't listen. The job well done. Rich has been tossing in the disclaimers recently, Kimberly. Sometimes we get double disclaimers. It gets really spicy. All right. Miguel. We got Miguel. Drop them palm trees in the chat if y'all ready for Miguel's track. I think he was in GarageBand. See what this poll is. Oh, it's kind of close. Vital and Ashlight going head to head right now. All right. You've been doing it, Rich. Let me find Miguel's submission. Here it is. It says, okay, so I wanted to make something with Serum 2, yet I woke up late. so I decided to create something on my phone. No headphones, no fancy plugins, just the phone, GarageBand, the iPhone speakers, and my fingers, because I didn't have a MIDI controller. This got very, very minimal real quick. Mix is not great. I mean, I wouldn't expect much from just the iPhone. It probably, from the pattern we seen tonight, it probably sounds amazing. Came from the phone speaker, and there's ever so much you can do on GarageBand iOS. Definitely sending this to Logic Pro this weekend to swap to pristine sounds and mix further. This is going to be super interesting. All right, let's check it out. It doesn't sound bad. It's not bad. Oh, man. Yes. Thank you, DJ Horn, for myself. Demo. Congrats, man. You get to rock that I make music, not excuses mindset. Appreciate that. You should just try and get it. We should just try and get these placed just as is. I mean, like after you mix it and stuff. I think he couldn't find like a proper riser. This is GarageBand on the phone. Dude like woke up late and was like half asleep and made this. I was still in bed. That's hilarious, man. No excuses. I don't want to hear nothing, dude. Cause if somebody comes to me talking about some craziness, I'm gonna be like, I have a whole community who created stuff with one plugin, and it sounded amazing and syncable. One of them just woke up, rolled over, pulled out their phone, and made a whole cue and mixed it on the iPhone speakers. Nah, this was well done, Miguel. Well done. Not even no headphones, just phone. It really is. Like, I love GarageBand, man. Like when I got my first Mac, GarageBand was the first DAW I used on it. And even then, like it was way more it wasn't as robust as it is now. Like you can do way more with it now than I could, but even then it was such a fun DAW to work in, man. It's just clean, and I think that's why I love Logic so much, because it's just, I just love Apple. All right, man. Let's see what this poll is doing. Let's see what y'all got. Kim, Tootsie Roll. Kim is a library of dances. This is what I'm learning. If there's a dance that exists in Kim's era, she knows it, and she will use it. Bring back callback tones. That part, that's hilarious. It's not about what you have, it's about how you use it. 100%. I know, right? It's impressive, man. And this is why he's MVP. Next challenge, make a track with just ringtones from your flip phone. The challenge is going to be finding the flip phone. Oh, man. Rich going to have people out here buying used flip phones to sample. Crazy. All right, that's the MVP. It's catchy and light. But yeah, great work. All right, let's see what this poll is talking about. See if we got a winner. I think we do. That winner is Ashlight. Ashlight and Vital came in second. Dope stuff. Shout out to Ashlight, aka Janelle. Did her thing using that one plugin. Shout out to all of y'all. Y'all killed it, man. Y'all killed it. Where's my calendar? I need my calendar because I think next week. Next week, no live music review or Q&A next Friday, but then we'll be back the following Friday. Yes, but this will be fun. Shout out to everybody in the community working hard, knocking out briefs, getting licensing deals, getting placements. It's been an absolutely insane year. Super exciting for everybody in the hub, man. Y'all keep it up. Keep working. If you're not a member of the hub, click the link in the description. It's also pinned in the chat, or go to syncproducerhub.com and join us. Learn how to get your music placed in TV and film, because honestly, I don't know any other way to make money with your music at this point. Streaming is crazy. I mean, obviously there's ways, but I feel like this is one of the best ways to do it, especially if you're a producer. Sync is a growing industry, it's been growing, and the demand for high quality music is increasing because of all the AI stuff. So now is the best time to get in before everybody starts rushing this joint to try and get a piece of the pie. So get in now. Don't wait. Don't procrastinate. Let's get your music where it needs to be. And yeah, that's it. I'll catch y'all in the in the next one, and I'll see y'all hub members in the community so we can keep crushing it and knocking out this work. All right, I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.